We've got John and Lindsay DeVivo with us. Six Forks Farm Table Bed.
Yes.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. 95.9 KCKL, 94.5 KLVQ. Good morning to you and happy Tuesday, 7:34 on your Tuesday morning. 75 degrees right now in Henderson County. You're listening to the Morning Sizzle. This half hour brought to you by our friends over at Cotton Patch Cafe, K&E Hose and Fittings, AmenSisterBoutique.com, and Green Tree Pecan Company. I'd like to introduce you to our guests this morning. We have John and Lindsay DeVivo with us, and they're with Six Forks Farm Table and Bed. Good morning.
How many times do you say that? KLVQ.
I know all the K's. I can just spit them off. We've got 5 of them. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You rattle that right off.
Yeah. For a dyslexic girl, I mean, I'm doing pretty darn good.
I would say so.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back. It's exciting to be back. Lots of new stuff to talk about. And so thanks for having us.
Well, and we've got a new station. So last time you guys were on the Sizzle, we were just on 94.5 KLVQ. Now we're also on 95.9 KCKL. So introduce yourselves to our audience. Tell us a little bit about yourselves, and then we'll get into Six Forks Farm.
Yeah, so my name's John DeVivo. My wife, Lindsay, here. And hello. Sorry, I just jumped right in. And we came from the Metroplex, the Keller area, where we had a restaurant there. And we're restaurateurs. That's what we are. And we've been here right at 2 years now, and we we entertain for a living, right?
We do.
Pretty much.
We host and feed people.
We host and we feed people for a living. And so what we're trying to do is create memories and for people using food and experiences with that. So we came out here, we sold our restaurant, and we came out here and wanted to start a bed and breakfast. And so we that's why our logo has farm, table, bed. And so we've got the farm, which, right now in the summer, in the heat of the summer, catering has picked up so much that, the farm is probably stable at best right now. So we're still working the farm, but we're focusing more on catering and stuff. And then, so the bed part is on hold at the moment, just because we've got so many other things going on. And the cool thing about the bed part is eventually when we get the cabins open for people to stay, what we're creating is more than a place to stay, but an experience. So what do I mean by that? So when people come and stay with us, they would have access in the morning to a chef prepared breakfast from things that are harvested from the farm, like eggs from the chickens and bacon from the pig. And I think we talked a little bit about this last time, but until we get to that bed part, we're really focusing on the table, which is where we cater out of and we host dinners and things like that.
Magic kind of happens around the table.
It always does, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So I always say that when I grew up, Lindsay grew up a little different than I did, but everything was based around the kitchen or in the kitchen or around the kitchen, around the table. And I can even remember being 10 years old and cleaning squid in the sink with my brothers and shooting ink at each other and ink at the ceiling. And so, I've been in the kitchen for that long. And so, my mother you remember the show Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yeah.
My mom could cook like Raymond's mom, like that. And so it was common for us to have people in the house all the time. And so I guess my mother was such a good host, entertainer, with people in the house. And so maybe that's where I get that love for that.
Yeah. And how did you get into all of this? Were you already established, feet in the ground, same kind of concepts that he was dreaming of?
Yeah, so we met in the restaurant industry. I have always been in the restaurant industry, working through school. I went to school for interior design, but I just love kind of the hospitality and taking care of people. And so our skills kind of complement each other in that way, where I'm creative as far as like hosting and things like that, and John is very creative on the food end. And so when you say magic happens at the table, that's been the most fun for us, at our table, that, people come in and they're strangers and they leave as friends. And it's this warm, welcoming, happy place. And we've been doing our pizza nights there on Thursday nights. And we have regulars. They come back and they bring their wine in and they reserve, 8 spots. And they just hang out all night. And it's fun. You can see, like, the joy on their face. And it's, it's like having friends in. And so that has been really cool to see. And I'm glad people appreciate it as much as we do,
And so tell us more about these pizza nights. Actually, let's take a break. We're going to take a quick break. We've got a commercial break. Then we're going to come back. We've got John and Lindsay DeVivo with us. Six Forks Farm. You can find them online at 6forksfarm.com. Check out their website. You'll learn a lot. We're going to take this quick break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us. And we'll be right back. Here we go.
Actually, for them, we're still here.
We're still here for you.
Hi, Stella, Jack, Dustin.
Are they watching?
Yeah.
Do you think?
How many kids you got?
4.
4 kids. And they just had a 5th. Oh, that's not a kid. But you guys just had a birth in the family.
Yeah, like moments. Was it moments ago or was it overnight?
Just
I mean,
seconds.
it's just as we were coming in, she found it. So our daughter found a baby calf that my mama had birthed.
And she was out there just doing her job.
Yeah, on her way to feed the horses.
That's greatness.
Yeah.
Well, I was just saying a minute ago that when Stella goes out there, she'll notice if there's a different ant.
That's right.
She's
It's
got
not a place.
That's right.
meticulous attention to detail.
We have a new member of the family. Let's celebrate it. That's good. 95.9 KCKL, 94.5 KLVQ. Good morning to you and happy Tuesday to you. 19 minutes in front of 8 o'clock. We're with John and Lindsay DeVivo, and we're talking about Six Forks Farms. Six Forks Farm. And you guys, you really have a heart for community. You have been donating your services and your gatherings for other organizations so that they can raise money and continue to do what they do. I've noticed, so I'm just super grateful for you guys. You just jumped into the community and immediately got involved. And it all kind of started with my first view was the pizza truck. You guys are out at the farmers market. I believe the first time is when I met you. And since then, pizza truck is still going strong. But now you've got a dedicated pizza night. Tell us about that.
So, do you want to know about that? Okay, so we wanted to bring people to us and have people and host people in our place. So we developed this, what we call pizza night. And it's a time where at the table, we have our venue, just to kind of catch you up. We have a venue that is on 19, and it's about a mile south of the Womble Feed Store. I think everybody knows that's as a good place, a good marker. And we're almost exactly smack in between Canton and Athens, like exactly. And so that's where our building is, and we host lots of things in there. And so one of them is pizza night. And so where people would come and order pizza from the truck, and then it's BYOB, so people bring their bottles of wine or beer or whatever it is they want to bring, and then they order the pizza from the truck that's right there, and then they can either bring it inside and eat it with us, or they can eat it at the picnic tables outside if it's not 110 degrees, or they could just take it home with them, right? We'd much rather them stay with us and hang out. But in any case, they just come and bring pizza. And the fun thing is it's grown so much over the past, say, month. The first couple that we've done, it was kind of like, wow, where's everybody? Why? And I guess it just took time for people to kind of to hear about it and learn about it. And then
and know that you're consistent. A lot of people start stuff and then they're like, but not today.
Right. And then every week it's been, the guest count's been higher and higher. And so it's so fun because these people come and they have a great time. They sit around, they enjoy each other. and enjoy great pizza.
Yes. And so we have been consistent with it. And, when we started doing it, we said, okay, well, if we can do this most Thursdays, and then if something trumps it, like a private
You have like
meeting or something
events
like
and
that,
stuff. Yeah.
then that will be it. But then, we were invited to go to the Hemp Institute on SMU campus and talk about regenerative farming and then host a farm table dinner, which is a great opportunity.
Yes.
We're so thankful to be thought of and to participate in that. But we would have had to cancel pizza night. And so last Thursday was so fun, and we really saw okay, these are the same people that keep coming and they love it. And so we had to decline that invitation because we just really wanted to keep the pizza night and keep that for people and to serve them in that way. And so hopefully we'll have another invitation, and that's something that
And it won't be on a Thursday.
Right, we'll just come into place. But we just really wanted to protect that and to stay consistent and to serve in that way.
That's huge. People notice, and so what time does pizza nights kind of start?
Thursday night from 6 to 8.
Okay. And a great way to follow you, of course, the website, and then you've got a Facebook page as well that you can keep up with.
Yeah, probably the Facebook and social media is a better way to follow us for events. Our website tells about us, and you can book different things through there, but mostly social media is our avenue of how we communicate what is happening as far as the table and stuff.
Which is hard because not everybody does Facebook, and we've heard that out here, and that's okay. So hopefully we could still spread the word through people who do Facebook. So.
And then they can tell people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And it'll just go from there. We're talking with John and Lindsay DeVivo. They're with Six Forks Farm. And we're going to take a second break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. This half hour brought to you by Cotton Patch Cafe, Green Tree Pecan Company, AmenSisterBoutique.com, and K&E Hose and Fittings. You're listening to the E-Tex Radio Group Network. We'll be right back after this. We'll be right back after this. Okay. All right. So what do we want to talk about next?
So what we're trying to do is promote some of the things that we're doing in the table, like the cooking demonstrations, the cooking classes.
Oh yeah,
and then
the kids cooking class.
Yeah, we have the kids cooking
fun.
class coming up, and then the farm to table dinners. And
Okay.
so we're trying to be able to grow events there. If that makes sense. So that's, yeah. So then we could.
Cover that next.
And then it's this place, I mean, it's smaller than, it's nice because we formed such good relationships with people like Margot Hill, but our space is different in that it's kind of smaller.
Yeah.
So it's good for small birthdays or event, rehearsal dinners, things like that. Mm-hmm.
95.9 KCKL and 94.5 KLVQ. You're listening to The Morning Sizzle. I'm Stephanie. Glad to have you along. I hope you're having a great day. It's going to be a great day. We've got John and Lindsay DeVivo with us this morning from Six Forks Farm. And your cooking demonstrations. Now, I was at a gala, and one of the hot auction items was your cooking demonstration. And I believe it was a situation where you guys would take all of the stuff that you need, you bring it, and you show up at somebody's house. They have several people, whatever the limit or how many they said that they were going to come. And then you demonstrate to them how to make a meal while they sit there and watch and drink wine. That went for a bunch of money. You guys donated it, and they were able to raise a ton of money for that organization. I've seen it done a couple times. But tell us more about those. You guys really want to kind of grow that part of your business.
We do. And the reason we want to grow that is because that's the most fun for me. That's what I like to do.
It looked like so much fun.
And so, and that's the way that you described it is exactly what happens. So people come and they eat charcuterie and drink complimentary wine while they're entertained by, yours truly. While I cook and demonstrate the meal. We talk about garlic, we talk about potatoes being harvested, we talk about all these things. So I'm able to teach at the same time that I'm entertaining the meal. And then we have dessert afterwards So during the demonstration, I don't know, it takes about 40, 45 minutes or so to, kind of like teach the meal as we're going along, and then only to enjoy it together afterwards. And so it's a fun time, and it's perfect for groups of women, or dates for people. And so we have those events that we started online, that we sell tickets for them. But then it would be very easy for somebody to call and book one and say, I've got a group of friends and we want to do this, and when are you available? And so we do that at the table, right, at the venue, but then we also do it in people's houses. We've done it in both places. And either way, it's just as fun. I come to your house and use your pots and pans.
That's great.
And, we just we get after it. It's fun.
It is fun, but John's a really good teacher, and he makes what he does very approachable. And so it's fun, but then you also leave with skills that like the nuances of what he's cooking and how to, perfect a cream sauce. And so like you really leave with a skill, and you might not have the whole recipe mastered, but those small details that, unless you were trained, you wouldn't necessarily pick up on. And so John's very good at conveying that to the guests. And so it's both fun and like there's substance to it.
Well, some people are really intimidated by certain types of cooking, and I like
or
to
all
show,
types of cooking.
well, then so people they don't understand how easy it could be to make, let's say, a restaurant quality style sauce that would go on top of something with just a few ingredients, just by using technique and different things to make it great, using really only a few ingredients.
Probably stuff that we already have in our house.
Yeah, well, I mean, how many times you go to a nice restaurant and you're like, wow, this is amazing, and I couldn't do this. Like, how? Yeah. Well, you could. You wouldn't believe how easy it actually is if you just knew how. And so, that's what I like to showcase for people, because for us, we've been in the restaurant business for 30 years, and so
it's no big deal for you to take some cream and some butter and a whisker and
we just
bam.
We've just been taught. There's a lot of things we don't know how to do, but that's one that we do. And so just to be able to share that with people. Some people ask me about recipes all the time, and I just share. I'm like a soccer mom when it comes to like recipes.
You do.
And I just
you share them online. You definitely need to follow them if you're not already, because some of those desserts that you pop up there with oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. My goodness.
Thank you.
Just the vast knowledge of putting certain things together. It always just comes out looking like pure perfection.
Right. And then some of the people who do cook, they, we might not be able to teach them much, but hopefully we can entertain those people.
Yeah. And so if somebody's interested in something like that, how would they contact you?
There's our contact information is on our website, as well as Facebook. People contact us all the time through Facebook Messenger, through email, through phone calls. Some people just text me.
And that's fine.
And so,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, any which way to get a hold of us it's pretty easy.
Super nice, folks. And you enjoy entertaining the adults, but you guys have 4 children, and you enjoy entertaining children as well and providing things for them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You want to talk about that?
Right, so we have a cooking class for children coming up. I think it's on August the 8th.
Yeah, but it's grown to, we've sold more tickets, so it's grown to be, I think it's almost a dozen now, kids.
Okay.
Oh, how
So
fun.
the kids are going to come out, and they're going to come out to the farm, and they're going to collect eggs. And then we're going to go back to the table, and John is going to show them how to utilize those eggs in a Monte Cristo sandwich. And so we're something that's a little more, you would think complex, but then they'll be able to go home and recreate it. And so they'll see the full spectrum of the egg, right? And so,
which is fun. We have, like she said, we have 4 children, and to entertain the kids, and how fun would that be for them to learn how to do, and it'll build sort of a sense of accomplishment and a, what's the word I'm looking for?
Some of those kids may not know where the food comes from.
Well, a sort of confidence in themselves.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look what I've done. And you build from there, right? The little accomplishments help you achieve the big accomplishments later on. And so, that's kind of
to really see. I mean, I'm sure living here.
There's some
who, yes, I know we gather the eggs and then we eat the eggs. But then some might not know. Like,
right.
This is how it is. This is, all the things about the egg. and then this is how it ends up on your plate.
Well, you remember
And
the guy
to
in Keller?
accomplish that to accomplish that is really like that. You're invested in that day.
Yeah, that's a seed planted that'll
Yes.
never go away.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So-
the guy in Keller that saw our chickens in the back, and we had, and when we lived back there, we had a little larger property, and we had chickens, and some got out and got over his fence, and we had to go and retrieve them. He asked, "Are them roosters?" And we said, "No, they're hens." And he said, "Huh, I thought all chickens were white."
There's
So, like,
there's a
people don't-
handful of us.
Yeah, they don't know.
No.
And so, and there's, it was kind of a little funny to us because out here, probably everybody knows that all chickens aren't white, but some people don't know, especially, people in the
I'm one of the people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was fascinated. I just want to walk around and look at stuff.
Well, we're just not exposed to that.
Ever.
We're not.
Yeah.
I mean, like, our food is kept away.
Yeah.
And then it shows up magically on the grocery store.
And
we
that's
have
it.
no interaction or exposure. And it's really, like, it's amazing to see the whole process and how hard the whole process is. I mean,
Yeah.
it is, farming is not for the weak.
It really isn't. We've got John and Lindsay DeVivo with us, Six Forks Farm. We're going to take our final break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. You're listening to the E-Tex Radio Group Network. It goes so fast.
It does.
I
yeah.
could talk to you guys for hours.
Aw,
Thanks.
that's so nice.
Well, you have to come over sometime
Okay.
and talk to us for hours.
Okay.
And we'll feed you, and
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and you have to come to pizza night.
Okay.
Oh,
Thursday
yeah.
night. I need to put it in my calendar.
And we have like cauliflower crust. Like we can monitor. Like we have one faithful guest. The whole family is so cool. But I think they're like gluten free and dairy free. So we have the gluten free crust, but now he brings his own cheese, and so he gets his whole pizza that he loves. And it's so when we can totally
You guys
accommodate.
are so
He's a
awesome.
great guy named Jason.
Oh yeah.
And we get asked that all the time. Like, hey, if I bring you this, will you put it on pizza? Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Someone brought their own like fresh mozzarella because they wanted that.
We'll have about 2 minutes. What didn't we cover that we want to cover?
Farm to table dinners, and then hosting like other events like rehearsal dinners.
95.9 KCKL, 94.5 KLVQ. You're listening to the Morning Sizzle. Good morning to you. My guest this morning, John and Lindsay DeVivo with Six Forks Farm. We've got a couple of minutes that left in this segment, but we definitely want to talk about the fact that you guys do catering, and there's a whole other element to the Six Forks Farm that we haven't even discussed yet.
Right. So there's a lot that we do other than pizza. We do pizza. We love doing pizza. The wood fire, the whole is special. But we do a lot more than just pizza. I'm a chef by trade, and so we do a lot of other types of catering. We have a whole traditional style catering menu with appetizers and desserts and food. And so it's really important that if people could follow us on Facebook, they would be able to see not only some of the food that we do, but the events coming up so they can participate. And so we do all different types of catering. And one that we started doing recently, I say recently since May, is the Farm to Table Dinner. And it is a coursed meal, 5 courses, and they are all from ingredients harvested from either our farm or other farms in the area. Like we've used vegetables from Grow It Forward and be able to support some of the other local farms in the area. And it's a fun time because we're able to showcase the food. I think Lindsay said it best at one time when she talked about how the food is the star of the show. That's what we're showcasing is the food, not necessarily us. Right? And so you put that really eloquently one time. And so what we do is we have people that come and they hang out for a little while, and we have sort of a cocktail hour, and then we do the course meal. And that is what Lindsay was talking about, where people come from all areas. We had one of our farm to table dinners, people came from Keller and some areas of the Metroplex, and they kind of showed up as strangers and then left as friends.
Mm-hmm.
And so we sell tickets for those online also, and that along with just simply renting the place for either rehearsal dinners or birthday parties,
baby showers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great space. They're great people. They'd love to entertain with you. SixForksFarm.com. John, Lindsay, Thank you guys for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate you guys so much. We'll be back in 30 minutes. Stay with us on the E-Tex Radio Group Network. And
That was great. That was real good.
it seems
So
to
you
just...
have a 30-minute break now?
So, kind of, yeah.
Nice.
So all right. All right. Oh my goodness, the whole town is watching. Sue Brennan, good morning. Sherry Ratliff, good morning. Kathy Arnold, Michael Talamaneds,
Good morning.
Ken Mooch, Seth Davidson, Amanda Marholtz, Casey Williams. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Go find them online, guys. Follow them on Facebook.